Morning. Medyo ang tabo sa atin ay pagod sa mga nakalipas na araw. Today is December 29. Last Sunday po ng taon ito. Maraming last ngayon. Last Sunday service ng umaga at gabi. Today, this day is the last year of 2019, this Sunday. Mamaya, we'll be giving our last offering for this year. At mamaya, after the service, we'll have our last Sunday school. Last Sunday school na kasi po buong January, we don't have Sunday school because we'll be doing the 4 consecutive weeks na magre-report as church. So continue to pray for God's direction this coming year. And indeed, we had a good, blessed week. Last Sunday, we had our Thanksgiving, and I would like to make a report. Nung umaga po, ito yung pumasok lang nung umaga ng Sunday. Nung umaga po, ang pumasok to Thanksgiving offering was 64,086 pesos. Nung gabi ay 8,098, total of 72,179 pesos. Yan lang po yung pumasok nung Sunday. We'll be giving the report next year kung magkano po yung total amount ng ating Thanksgiving offering. So we praise God for that. Iniikot po natin yan as the Lord guides us and lead us. Ayaw natin maglalo na po ngayon sa construction ako. Maraming manluloko. Kaya dapat God will give us the right people to work with. So that pag inisipula natin yung ating bagong proyekto ay tuloy-tuloy po. Amen. You see that? What kind of church does Christ use? Number 1, the depth of faith. We believe a small church with a big heart or big Christ can change the world. So the depth of faith, it should be what? What's the depth of our faith? We should be grounded and settled in our faith. Now secondly, the length, we have studied that last week, that 2 weeks ago, na sabi ng Bible, yung haba po ay sabi ng verse 15, it should be to all the world. Regardless of how big our church is, I believe with all my heart, wala po yung kinalaman sa laki o sa liit kung hindi po yan ay nalalaman sa laki ng ating Diyos. Kaya po hindi po pwede natin sabihin, we cannot limit God and say, Lord, hindi mo kami magamit o hindi mo ako magamit sapagkat we are just small. Again, God can use you even you are small. So the length is to all the world. And what is the message? To preach the gospel. Kahit saan po, and that should be the priority and main thrust of our church. So winning, it is not debating. That's the main thrust. Look at verse 15 again. Hindi lang po to preach the gospel. In verse 15, to every creature. And the Bible says, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Now, the word to every creature there means no prejudice. Meaning to say, God is no respecter of person. Whether you are black, whether you are white, whether you are not so white or not so black, listen, God has no respecter of person. He can forgive an adulterous woman in John chapter 4 verse 9 who had 5 husbands at yung kanyang isang kinakasama ay hindi niya paasawa, yet the Lord was so gracious to her and the Lord had forgiven her. Meaning to say, mga kapatid, whenever we share the gospel to the lost, tanggalin po natin yung pagkakakilala natin sa kanila. Tatandaan niyo po, ano man ang merong accomplishment ng tao, all of us need the same Lord. Regardless kung anong natapos mo, regardless kung anong katayuan mo, all of us needs the grace of God. Yan po ang kailangan natin, mga kapatid. Kaya ano man ang estado ng isang tao sa maaaring sa tingin natin, regardless of that, mga kapatid, it does not matter because we are commanded to preach the gospel to every creature. Let us not say, hindi yan makikinig kasi pinito yan. Mga kapatid, hindi mo alam kung anong kayang gawin ng Diyos. Our job is to be faithful in sowing and planting and watering the seed. And it is God's business if He will increase it. Paul said in 1 Corinthians, I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. It is still God's disposition if He will increase it. In Acts 10:34, the Bible says that Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons. You like that? Salamat na lang ang Panginoon hindi nakatingin sa ating katayuan. Siya ay nakatingin sa ating pangangailangan. Sapagat kung ang Panginoon po nakatingin sa ating katayuan, God will respect us based on who we are. Listen, wala naman tayo meron pwedeng pagmalaki sa Panginoon. But God looked on our need. And we praise the Lord for that. He can also forgive an adulterous woman who were caught in the very act in John chapter 8. Itong mga Pharisees, they brought the woman who committed such sin. Sabi niya, Panginoon, nahuli namin ito caught in the very act. Sabi ng Panginoon sa kanila, sige, kayo walang kasalanan, kayo unang bumato. But did you know what Jesus said? Go and sin no more. If you're telling me, and if you're saying that you are saved, then you should not continue living in sin. You might commit sin, but you won't practice it. Maaaring makapag-commit ka once in a while, but you will not practice or live in sin because God made you servants of righteousness. Napakaliwanag po sa banal na kasulatan. God is no respecter of person. He forgave the adulterous woman who had 6 husbands. He forgave the adulterous woman who were caught in the very act. In fact, alam mo ang tawag sa kanya ng tao? Kaibigan ng mga publikano at makasalanan. He was identified with the sinners. Go to Matthew chapter 11. Kaya ang Panginoon, mga kapatid, He is not judgmental. Tayo, judgmental tayo, di ba? Minsan, di pa natin kilala ang tao o ano-ano lang sinasabi natin. Madalas, mabilis tayong maniwala sa sinasabi ng iba na even knowing if it is, or clarifying if it is true or not. But you know, even God knows our heart. He does not condemn nor judge us. Eh, Panginoon, sovereign na yun. Alam niya naman ang puso mo. Sabi ng Bible, He knew all men. And yet, He was not judgmental. Nakakahiya tayo madalas. Kung ano-ano nang iniisip natin sa tao ng sama without even talking to the person first. Because here you see, Jesus was not, He had not a condemning attitude. Wala po siyang attitude na judgmental. Bagamat alam niya ang puso at isip ng bawat isa. What a great God we have. Ang sabi ng Matthew 11 verse 19, pinag po, who was, kanino siya na-identify? The Son of Man came, eating and drinking, and they say, behold a man, gluttonous, and a wine-bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. Sila, he was identified with people na hindi po magandang company. Correct? Could you imagine, you will be identified by people who are not that who have a bad reputation? Sa Bible po, mas matindi ang kasalanan ng publican kaysa sa pokpok. Mas pinakamadumi yan, based on their standpoint. Kasi pag ikaw ay publican, meaning you are a tax collector. Way back then, kurakot na po yan during the time of Christ. Kaya pag ikaw ay publican ka, tax collector ka, talaga ang tawag sa iyo ay marumi pa sa patoto. And Christ was identified with them. He is a friend of them. Now, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying na maging kaibigan ka. I'm simply stating a fact that Jesus has no respecter of person. Is no respecter of person. Ano man ang katayuan natin, God can forgive you. Now, I'm not saying that if you're a believer, you join in fellowship with unsaved friends and unsaved company, because we are commanded to come out from among them and be separate, pero po dapat nakikita yung light and salt ng liwanag at asin natin yung pag nakikita tayo, they will be drawn to our Savior. Nakikita yung pagkakaiba sa ating buhay at sa ating mga sinasabi. And that's the job of the church. If God will use us and if we will stand as one and if we will win as one, then we should be doing what God wants to our church, to His church. And what is that? Pag tayo nag-share ng gospel tract, kung minsan nahiya tayo magbigay ng tracts, pag medyo maganda ang damit, pag medyo may pera, pag malaki ang gate, minsan natatakot tayong kumatok. Listen, hindi lang po may hirap ang dapat natin i-reach, hindi lang din mayayaman ang dapat natin i-reach. Sino ka man, to every creature, we should be stretching and straining, as Paul said, para po ang iba ay maligtas. Ito po sabi niya, ito yung attitude ni Paul sa 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Si Paul, ang idol nito si Kristo eh. Tignan niyo ang sabi niya. He limited himself for the sake of winning others. Kaya po lang ninyo mga kapatid, pag yung ating liberty nakakatisod na sa iba, then we should say to ourselves na huwag ko nang gawin. Or else our liberty becomes a stumbling block. Our liberty stops when others stumble. Look at 1 Corinthians 9:19. For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain a more. Kita niyo yan? Bakit niya po sinasabi na ginagawa ang alipin ang aking sarili sa lahat so that He might gain the more? And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without the law, as without the law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ, that I might gain them that are without the law. To the weak became as I weak, that I might gain the weak. I have made all things to all men, that I might by all means. This is attitude. Save some. Hindi yung sinasabing lahat ng kanyang magiging makikilala niya, kanyang masisave. Pero sabi niya, he was stretching and straining himself para po may maligtas lang na iba. Naiintindihan niyo po? Yes, in your workplace, hindi man maligtas lahat o maniwala sa iyo ng workmate mo, at least you might save some. Hindi naman lahat ng kausap natin naniniwala sa pinagkasabi natin. But we should be doing our best. I'm not saying na pag para ma-save mo sila uminom ka sa kanila, kasi sabi ng Bible that I might save some, kaya to the Jews, I became Jew. Kaya to the unsaved, I became unsaved. No, the Bible does not say that. Ang sabi ng Bible, to the weak, I became weak. So kung siya, matitis mo siya sa ganung paraan, hindi wag mong gawin. And by the way, this is for the strong. Ang sabi ng Bible sa Romans chapter 15, verse 1, yung mga malalakas should bear the infirmities of the weak and not to please ourselves, but to please our neighbor. Yan po ang attitude ng mga malalakas, kaya kung ikaw malakas ka spiritual, dapat ginagamit mo yung maturity mo para patatagin ng mga mahihina. Ano man ang katayuan yan sa mundo, mga kapatid, ang attitude dapat natin that we might save some. Gain. And sometimes we have to lose. This is the principle of God. Anong sabi yung principle ng Panginoon? He that findeth his life shall lose it, but he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. Now, same is true in the principle, in our principle. Sometimes, pag mag-asawa kayo, magka-relasyon kayo, you might lose an argument just to win her. Di ba ganun yun? That is losing, but gaining. Do you understand? Ganun din po sa Panginoon. And sometimes, isiguhin kang ganyan pa, gusto mong gumantilin ang siko sa kalaro mong unsaved, hindi mo gagantihan. You will lose so that you might gain the person. In every relationship, mga kapatid, hindi puro gain. Kailangan para maging mo siya, you have to lose something. Minsan, you have to lose your pride. Ganun din po sa pagkakasawa, hindi ba? Hindi naman parati kayo, gusto niyo pares kayong masunod. Parati kayong magkaklas niyan. Parati kayong mag-aaway niyan. O ngayon, sino maglulus para mag-gain? Siyempre yung humble. O sige na nga, pagbibigyan kita para susunod ako rin pagbibigyan mo. Losing to gain. And same is true in our Christian life. Sometimes we might lose some things of, you might lose your, example, maporma ka sa damit, ganyan, mini-skirt dito, ganyan. Hindi mo na susuotin yun, that is losing something. So that you might win others. Naiintindihan niyo po ba? Christian life is not about us, it's about God and others. What kind of signal are we trying to send to others? Pag tinignan ba ang buhay mo, anong nakikita sa ating buhay? Alam niyo, minsan nakakatawa, may kausap ka, sabihin ganyan, alam mo, gadi-gadi mo pa mo. Di ba nakakataba ng puso yan? Na kung meron man dapat nakikita ang iba, walang iba sila nakikita kundi yung godliness na pamumuhay na meron tayo. Hindi naman dapat sa ating makita ang artista eh. Hindi naman tayo, we should not be identified with celebrities. We should be identified with Christ. If we want God to use us, and if we want to stand as one, and we win as one, listen, as a church, we need to be a good example. Tanggalin natin yung judgmental attitude. Tanggalin natin yung mga pag-iisip na madalas wala namang katotohanan. Madalas mas mabilis ang ating bibig kaya sa ating isip. Kaya madalas kung ano-ano na ating sinasabi na hindi pa naman natin alam kung ito ay totoo. Kaya minsan madalas patalo tayo. That's the principle. You give your first fruits last week, you lose your money, right? But you will gain it. Bakit? So that others may gain. Yung walang purpose nun eh. Binigyan ka ng pera, binigay mo sa offering, you might lose it, and you might think, ay, nawala ka yung listen. It will be rewarded, it will be forever remembered. Iba man palang Panginoon, mga kapatid, hindi mo kayang pigilan. I've proven that so many times. And it is God who blesses, it's not man. It's God. That's why if you are looking for blessings from abroad or from others, listen, it won't come. Because the source is God. No matter how hardworking you are, pag hindi ka nag-promote ng Lord, it's useless. It's useless. That's why yung testimony po, napakahalaga yan, mga kapatid. Pag sinabi natin tayo ay mananampalataya, dapat ito, makitaan tayo ng totoo talaga tayo mananampalataya by our works. Because we are commanded to stretch and to every creature. Hindi mo alam merong nakatingin sa'yo. Hindi mo alam na merong nakatingin sa'yo na maybe you're not aware that others are looking at you of your testimony. At konti-konti, binabago ng Panginoon ng kanilang puso because of your good testimony. We might not be aware of that, but listen, there's someone who is looking. There's someone looking. Kumisan, pag nakikita mo yung mga bata, ginagaya ka, it will give you a reminder, ayusin mo yung testimony mo, yung bata, ginagaya ka. Kasi kung madalas ang nakikita ng bata, kahit mali, nagiging tama. It's very important. Train up a child in the way they should go. Thank you. By the way, I would like to commend all the Salamangkit clan. Kayo po ang pinakamaraming nadalang campers sa ating groups to go. So, pero ito pati yung backslider na pa-atin si Mark. Pati yung girlfriend ni Mark na pa-atin. Tapos, pati si Papang Lo na umatin. Ang maganda pa nito mga kapatid, he professed and he got saved in camp. maniniwala, hindi yan pupunta kung una sa lahat, pangit ang impression niya. Paano mo paniniwalaan ng ibang kamag-anak mo? Alam mo ang pinakamahirap, alam niyo ito, ang pinakamahirap paniwalaan yung sarili mong kamag-anak. Kasi kilala ka niyan. Kaya kasi kung trakang tayo, spiritual doon, no, spiritual. Hindi maniniwala yan sa'yo pag hindi naman lang nakikita ang spiritual ka talaga. Testimony is very important. Kaya kami sa magkakapatid, hindi naniniwala sa isa't isa eh. Totoo ba yun? Kaya nga po ay sinawain na po, pinakamahirap paniwalain yung sarili mong kamag-anak. Pero if you gain their respect because of your testimony, ibang klase yan. Papasama mo ba yan sa camp pag hindi naniniwala sa'yo? Alam nyo, we made a history during our camp. Grabe. Hindi alam ni Sir kung anong gagawin niya. At the middle of his preaching, biglang umulan. Buhos. Lahat nagsitayuan. Lahat nagsisilungan kung saan-saan. Hanap. Lahat napunta na sa stage, karamihan. Nasa stage siya eh. Sir, what do you do? Are you finished? Okay, you finished. Pero ang saya. You can sense and see the Spirit of God is moving in our midst. Nakita mo yung iba, naglaho na. Kaulan, bigla nagsi-alpasan. Pero many of us, majority of us, stay. Kasi walang choice. But kidding aside, we stayed and we stayed even until 10 p.m. hearing the Word of God. And we praise God for that. That is a great and good testimony for your loved ones to see that you really love the preaching of God's Word. Di ba testimony yan, kahit umuulan, walang makakapigil. We might not be aware that they are watching, but they are observing and watching. They see what we do and how we do things. Grabe po mga to. Kahit umuulan, kahit matindi ang bagyo, kahit ang panahon, walang masisilungan, nandiyan dyan, nag-i-amen, kumakanta pa rin. Di ba greatest testimony yan? That we might save some. I hope that's our testimony. Itong maniniwala ang effective kang witness pag ang kamag-anak mo na paniwala mo. Pag ang kamag-anak mo, kasi yan ang nakakakilala sa iyo. Pag ang kamag-anak mo, hindi mo paniwala sa sinasabi mo, you lose your testimony. Naalala niyo ba yung story nila? When he was warning his son-in-laws, tinatawanan siya eh. Sabi niya, ito si tatay baliw. He is one that, sabi ng Bible, making. Ultimo yung relative niya, ayaw siyang paniwalaan. Bakit po? He lose the credibility. He lose his testimony. Now, yes, believer ka pa rin, but listen, nawalan mo ang pribileyo mo na maging part ng buhay ng iba. And that is sad. Kaya pag ikaw good testimony ka, pati ka mag-anak mo naniniwala sa iyo at believe sa iyo. Sure. Yan ang pinakamahirap paniwalain at pabilibin eh. Kasi kahit ano nang gawin mo, pa rin naniniwala sa iyo eh. Totoo ba yun? Kaya pag ikaw, yung kamag-anak mo, hirap kang paniwalaan, you check your testimony. Tumahimik kayo. Bakit? Yung kamag-anak mo, di ba creature yan? Hindi, anak siya ng Diablo. Parang meron kaming Bible study. Yung asawa niya, nagkakaroon sila ng problema, madalas niya kausap si Eben. Sabi niya, Eben, hindi na siya tao. Hindi na siya tao. Demonyo na siya. Sir, anong re-reply ko dito? Sabi mo, oo nga. Hindi yung kamag-anak ko, creature din yan. Mukha lang hindi yan nilalang, pero nilalang yan. O, tanong mo yung katabi mo, nilalang yan. Yung kamag-anak mo, mga kapatid, iba nga lang, malaking nilalang. Iba, malaking nilalang. Yung iba, cute na nilalang. Yung iba ay magandang nilalang. Pero lahat nilalang.
balat ng lupa.
May meron din mabahong nilalang. Meron din mga nilalang na mukhang hindi lalang. O may maitim din na nilalang. May maputi din na nilalang. O iba't ibang klase nilalang. Pero lahat yan nilalang. Creature yan eh. Galing yung may kahapon sa Pangasinan na nakakatuwa because yung mga kamag-anak ni Mama, majority of them are now Baptists. Samantalang dati, pag nagpupunta kami doon, may lahat, walang simple maliban kay Mama. But because of her good testimony and because her life is really shining, Tita Gina got saved. Yung asawa ni Tita Gina got saved. Tita Marmy got saved. Even he is her husband right now. Kumaganda ba sa tatay? At ngayon nakakatuwa mga kapatid, sa bahay nila Tita Marmy, merong isang lugar doon that they have regular Bible study. Outreach. It is a small church. They are having an average attendance of 20 people. Alam niyo kung nasa ang lupa, nandun sa lupa mismo ng tatay ni Raynon. Tapos pagtapos ng Bible study, may pakain. Di ba, alam mo ba, good sign yan? Pag yung tatay mo, ang tigas ng puso ng tatay ni Reno, at tagal ng binibigrisan, pero little by little, God is changing. Kasi kung yun talaga, against yun doon, hindi magpapatayo ng sa lupa niya ng Bible study area yun. At hindi magpapakain, kamar, hindi naman nagtatrabaho yun. Siya kumukuha ng pangpakain. And someday you will be amazed how the Lord worked in His heart. Testimony to every creature. Kayo may mga asawa na unsaved na Belial. May asawa kayong Belial. Alam mo paano mo malalaman kung ang testimony mo when it comes to giving? Alam nila na nagbibigay ka ng tithes pero hindi sila against. That shows that you earn the respect and you have a good testimony. Pero pag ang mister mo, kung ano yung sinasabi sa tithes, meaning to say you are not faithfully and honestly returning what belongs to the Lord. May mga kilala akong mga members, kahit yung asawa nila unsaved, pero alam ng asawa nila that they are returning what belongs to the Lord. Alam nila nagbibigay, pero kailanman hindi sila naka-against. Bakit? Kasi pati sila nadadami sa blessings. I'm telling the truth. That's the power of testimony. Now, unsaved yan mga kapatid. Unsaved yan. Pero bakit hindi nag-against? Kasi nakikita nila yung blessings. Nakikita nila yung protection and God's provision and God's power. Iba yan mga kapatid. How's our testimony? Let me pause for a while and examine your spiritual life and your condition right now. Hirap ka bang paniwalain ang kamag-anak mo sa'yo at sa pinaniniwalaan mo? Ang hirap niya i-build, pero napakabilis ng sirain. Ang hirap i-build, it will take years that it's easy to destroy. Let's stand in our standard. The Lord, gagawin ko ito because so that I might save some. That's why, you know, modesty is very important. Bakit ka mahaba ng palda mo? Alam mo ba kung bakit? Kasi believer ako, anak ako ng Diyos. Alam mo ba dati kung paano ko magsuot? Ganito, nakaganito ako. Pero ngayon, dahil binago ako ng Diyos, dahil ang lahat ng nakay Kristo ay bago ng nilalaman. Ang lahat ng bagay, hindi basta ngayon ay bago na. Kaya tayo magbuhay. Kaya nag-preach ka pa, we might not know how the Lord works. Kaya kung ikaw, medyo naglalaway ka dahil sa pagninigarilyo, huwag kang bibili ng sigarilyo doon sa mga public na may makakakita, baka makakisod sila sa iyo. Hello? Parang meron nagsabi, uy, nakita ko si ganito, member niyo ba yun? Bakit po? Yung sa akin ng sigarilyo. Ano yung tsura? Ganito, ganito. Binentahan mo. Oo. Bumili. Let us stand in our testimony to every creature. How's your testimony? How's your testimony? Don't worry, I'll not be preaching for an hour. I'll just preach for 59 minutes. At least in an hour. So the depth of faith is rooted and grounded. Are you growing? Secondly, the length is to all the world. Amen? Hindi lang po dito mga kapatid, Jewel Bemes, na goods tayo, grabe. Makikita mo the product of SPC. Amen. Ibang klase. Hindi man lang tayo naka-focus dito, pwede mga lumalabas. Missionary Alexis, Preacher Kevin will be installed as a pastor in Natividad. Another word na naman. Nakakatuwa dahil as you can see the results, God is really working. Not only in Tulio Street, but to every place. Praise the Lord for that. To all the world. Hindi lang po dito. Hanggang sa lahat ng takot ng mundo. Hindi lang po yung length. Go back to our text. Look at verse 19. So we have depth, lalim, we have the length, haba. Third, we have the height. Ano bang laki or taas ng iglesia na ginagamit ng Diyos? Look at verse 19. So then after the Lord had spoken unto them, He was received up. Salamat na lang, He was not received down. Amen? He was received up. Where? Into heaven. Saan po ang up? Pag sinabing up, gagano'n ka ba? No. Pag sinabing up, ganyan. That's the height. Amen? Into heaven and set on the right hand of God. Now listen to this. The height of the church is as high as heaven where Christ is. Alam mo sino gaano mataas ang Diyos na meron pong iglesia na ito? Sing taas ng langit. Gaano mataas ang langit? Sa pag-aaral, di ba may three heavens? First heaven is the clouds. The second heaven is the outer space. The third heaven is the galaxy. Yun yung heavens of heavens. Yun yung sinisikap nilang tignan ng mga scientists until now because of its vastness. Sabi ng even scientists proclaim and profess that it is expanding and expanding and expanding. That's the height of God we have. Hindi mo siya pwedeng limitahan sa iisang maliit. Kaya ako napanood nyo na sa YouTube yung pinakamalalaki. Yung pag kinumpera yung earth, sa napakalaki ng mga mundo pa, manliliit ka. And yet, mas malaki pa dyan ang Diyos na meron tayo. Kaya mga even in little things, mga kapatid, always understand this. You have problems that you face right now, up from the grave He arose with a mighty triumph on His foes. How's your God? Domain and He lives forever with the saints today. He arose. Hallelujah. Christ arose. compared to the vastness and the bigness of our God. Wow. A blessing. Malaki po ang Diyos, mga kapatid. Huwag natin siyang tignan na maliit. Here, His height is far above us heaven. Letter A, anong height? High as heaven. In verse 19, He was received where? Where He was received? Up into heaven. Alam niyo kung ibig sabihin niyan, it means we are not bound by earthly things. Pag sinabi mong nasa langit, mga kapatid, walang makakapigil, anuman ang meron kang problema dito, anuman ang pagsubok ang pinagdadaanan mo, you are not bound by earthly things. Kaya ang pagkamatayan, even death, cannot takot us. Diba? Hindi tayo pwedeng takutin ang kamatayan, hindi tayo pwedeng takutin ang problema. Bakit? We are not bound by earthly things. Our citizenship is in heaven. Minsan, listen to this. Let's be careful that we should not be, that we are not, masyado tayong punong-puno na ng cares of this world. Huwag mong hayaan na ang buhay mo matabunan ka ng mga material na bagay to the point malus mo yung perspective ng heavenly things. Because we're living in a day na grabe ang tao gumasto ng pera pagdating sa labas, pagdating sa gala. Grabe. Sky's the limit. Hindi nagkikwenta. Pero minsan ang giving natin, panay ang kwenta. Kahit madalas wala ka namang binibigay. And we have to check. Teka lang, Lord, am I being eternally minded or being earthly minded? May needs ka, you pray for your first fruit perhaps, or thanksgiving. And Lord, alam ko, imposible sa akin ito, pero alam ko, I am not bound by earthly things. Wala pong pwede mapapigil. Ang Panginoon, ang commander natin, He has power to command the sea and the waves to stand still. He can command the sun to stand still. Diyos siya eh. The land, the height is up into heaven, as high as heaven. Kaya hindi lang sa lalim niya nakikita, taasan mo ang pananampalataya mo. Taasan mo ang lipad mo this coming year, Lord. Help me to stand by faith. And by grace, I will say, my height will far go beyond what men could see. High as heaven. Don't allow yourself to be encumbered by earthly things. Lahat po ng temporal na bagay na sisira, it can be destroyed. Pwede yung manakaw. Pwede yung mawala sa iyo. Pero one thing that will remain is what you have done for Christ. Yan yung susunod sa iyo. Yung mga kaluluwang nawiwitnessan mo, yung mga buhay na nai-influensyahan mo, na nababago dahil sa testimony mo. Yung mga tao na maybe you're not even aware na nagiging blessing ka pala sa kanila, and someday, sabihin sa iyo ng Panginoon, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of the Lord. Alam mo sino makaka-enjoy sa langit? Yung mga faithful. Kanino sinabi yung joy of the Lord? Doon sa mga naging tapat. Kaya yung buhay natin should be characterized with faithfulness. Regardless of how much you have or regardless of how much resources you got, listen, it's very important to be faithful even in little things. Ang issue dito, mga kapatid, gano'ng kataas ang Diyos na meron tayo? Nothing is impossible for Him. Nothing is too hard for Him. Kaya niya gawin ang bagay na hindi kayang gawin ng tao. Darating po, ang papasok na naman ng 2020 this coming year, maaaring sabihin mo, oh, malapit na ako mapuno, ayoko na, gusto ko na bumagsak. By all means, having done all, to stand. Bakit po? Meron tayong Diyos na umahawak sa atin. And we know that Jesus is supreme. Tignan niyo po sa John chapter 19, verse 11. I'm about to read. John chapter 19, verse 11. The Bible says, Jesus answered, "Thou couldst have no power at all." Ito po sinabi niya kay Pilate, "Against me, except it were given thee from above, therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin." Sinasabi simple ng Panginoon na ano man ang... Kasi si Pilate mayabang, sabi ni Pilate, sige, sabihin mo lang, na ano, kaya kang palayain. May power ako. Anong sabi ng Panginoon? Wala kang power sa akin. Meaning to say, mga kapatid, Christ is supreme. Ang tao, takutin ka, bantaan ka, walang kapangyarihan ng tao na kayang gawin sa iyo maliban ang Panginoong pahintulutan niya. This coming year is very exciting. The Lord was so good to us this year. But this coming year, maybe some of us will really experience hard or difficult times. Ano man ang pagdadaanan natin ngayong taon, mga kapatid? Mawala man yung kaibigan mo, mawala man yung mga tao na minamahal mo, tumayo ka pa rin. Iwan ka man nila, hindi ka man nila paniwalaan, ano man ang mangyari, you will say, by all means, I will stand. This morning po, napakasimple ng mensahe. I'm done. The depth of faith, this should be rooted and grounded. The length is to all the world. The height is far above us heaven. That's the God we have. Yung tangkad niya po, hindi lang 6 feet. It's eternal. As high as heaven. Ngayon taon, taasan mo yung pananampalataya mo. Yung tayo mo, taasan mo. You raise the standard, right? And say, Lord, ngayong taon, I failed you. Ngayong taon, Panginoon, marami akong mga pagkukulang at pagkakasala sa iyo. Tulungan mo ako na tumayo. Ano man ang mangyari, Panginoon, iwan man ako ng iba, tatayo ako dahil alam ko kasama kita. That's the height. Let's also at least let us pray. Panginoon, maraming salamat sa oras na ito. Tunay na inyong salita ay buhay. Nangungusap sa aking mga puso't isip. Lord, all we can say is, you are so good. Not because we receive good things, but even in bad things, Lord, we praise you. Kapag kung hindi nangyari mga masasama, we will never appreciate the good things that we have right now. As you give the invitation, Lord, you will be the one to speak to our hearts. I have done my part to proclaim and preach thy faithful words. It's our opportunity now to respond to the message we have heard. And Lord, I pray by all means we will say, having done all, to stand in our ground, stand in our standard. Stand because the height of our God is as far as heaven. Continue, Lord, to bless everyone that would come in Jesus' name. Amen. The altar is now open. Yes, we need to come to the Lord. You come, ask the Lord strength to stand. God bless you.